What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Roy here, bringing you another sniper victory war going against Ready Blood. The final week for regular season, week 10. As you can see, sniper victory got the win, 89 to 80, 99.4% destruction, close to the perfect, but didn't quite get it. As you can see, Ready Blood didn't do very good. 10 11v11s, 1 12v12, and 1 13v13 by them. They also dipped the 12. As you can see, we cleared 12s with 12s, cleared the 11s with 11s, and tripled 2 of the 13. So very solid war by sniper victory, and we move off into the playoffs. But yeah, other than that, let's dive into some replays. Don't forget to give the video with a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive on over. Alrighty guys, we got Tristen going in with 7 lightning spells and 26 hogs. So let's see what he does here. This is currently a new meta strategy, came out in the recent update last week. So let's see what happens here. So as you can see, dropping those lightning spells over that clan castle, around, gets the enemy queen as well. And there goes that quake, removing off those 2 bomb towers, the 2 expos. The clan castle's gone, and the enemy queen is gone as well. And there's that king around the 9 o'clock. Gonna super wall break in for this inferno tower. There's that siege barracks up the top side there as well, with a pecker up there with a couple of witches. So looking pretty solid so far. Ice Column is down to tank for the queen, and she's going to come in. She's going to pick off that inferno tower, take it down, getting so much value from this, which means there's going to be hardly any base for these hogs to take out. Hogs come out of that siege barracks as well, so looking very good so far. And in comes those hogs from the 3 o'clock, and chucking some heals on that warden as well. Very interesting strategy right here. Unfortunately, the hogs are going to stay on that warden. Has 1 more heal left for this back end wizard tower. Queen's going around the base. She's already used ability as well. Hogs take out that other wizard tower at the top. There goes that heal spell as well. Looking at very solid at the moment. Unfortunately, it looks like most of the hogs have fizzled out. Unfortunately, but there is a bunch of witches still up. There's still a pecker up, and the warden is still doing some good work as well. The king is up as well, but he's about to die out. Was looking pretty strong, but the hogs died out pretty early, but he still manages to get it done. As you can see, there's a ton of scullies up. A couple of peckers. It's absolutely crushed it. I think there's only 1 pecker there. Looks like there's 2, but there's just 1. But a very solid hit coming in from Tristen. Got the job done. There goes that poison. And the final troops take out that expo. Alrighty, we got Sam going in with the Lalo. 6 E-Drags, a Hound, 7 Loons, 2 lightning spells. So let's see what he does here. Starting off with that, suing the king around the 10-11 o'clock area. He's going to path down towards the 9. There goes that super wall breaker coming in for that air defense, to allow the queen to get that air defense, I should say. And then she comes. E-Drag on that town hall up the top. And in we go. So essentially it's an E-Drag strat with a Hound there to do some tanking as well. So let's see what happens here. CC does get lured. A couple of witches there. And in we go. Here comes a slammer as well. So holding off putting that Hound down until everything gets closer to that air defense. In come the E-Drags into the core of the base. There's a couple of Teslas up there at the 3 o'clock. So probably going to send the Hound in on their back end air defense. So there's a Rage, a Heal, a Rage, a Freeze, and a Haste spell to go. In comes some more loons from the 9 o'clock. There's a Haste spell as well. While that Hound is tanking, and it is looking pretty crushed. A couple of E-Drags still up. Absolutely crushed this base. Very, very solid it coming in from Sam. Absolutely crushed it. Alrighty, we got Freezy going in with the Lalo. Let's see how he takes this base down. Same with a couple loons on the top side there with a baby dragon. And in comes the Queen for the Queen charges at first Super Wall Breaker. Gonna get into all this compartment basically. 2 air defenses, 2 wizard towers, the sweeper, gonna get the Inferno Tower, and possibly the enemy Queen. So let's see what happens here. In comes a loon to scout for any seeking air mines or air bombs. A couple of Skellies pop up. There's a King down there clearing off some buildings down at 3 o'clock. Getting a decent value down there. And then forwards the Queen goes. Gonna probably drop a Rage out on it. There it goes. Looking very good so far. Queen will have to freeze that single target Inferno Tower. Pops Queen ability, takes out the enemy Queen, takes out that bomb tower. Absolutely crushed it. Queen is gonna die out here, unfortunately, to that single target Inferno Tower. No, puts another freeze down on that Inferno Tower. Queen busts through the wall. She takes out the X-Bow. Unfortunately, is not going to take out that Inferno Tower. Gonna have to freeze it again. There it goes. Looking very solid so far. Need something to come in range. Queen does lock onto the Inferno, takes it out. OP Queen. There's some loons coming in for the town hall. They take it out under the Warden Tome as well. And around we go. 2 more haste left. Looking very solid so far. Very nice hit coming in from Freezy. Getting through this base. Absolutely crushed it. Go in 4 times that. There's a slammer that pops. The max loons come out. And the base is absolutely crushed. Alrighty, we got SV LFC going in with also the Queen Charge Lalo. This is actually, I think, a very common base. So let's check it out. Well, similar layout anyway. I see pretty similar layouts to this base. So let's see what happens here. Starting off the Sui, and then eventually I'm gonna put those healers on the Queen. The first Super Breaker's coming in. Does have a jump spell as well. They're gonna, I think, place the jump spell over this cannon. Let's see what happens here. A couple of loons take out that cannon down the bottom there. King is still doing work as well. King's about to pop ability. There goes a Rage on the Queen as well. And there goes that jump spell. Basically has access to 2 Inferno Towers. The enemy Queen, the Eagle Artillery. Very, very solid attack coming in here. So Queen locks onto the enemy Queen. They freeze her as well. And the CC is coming out. Just a bunch of archers and 2 ice golems, so nothing too crazy. Queen ability does get popped though, unfortunately. Takes out 1 ice golem. The other one does get taken down. And then comes the Lalo from the bottom side here. Slammer up the top there around the 10 o'clock area with a couple of loons in behind. Queen is unfortunately been taken down. Probably got the value she needed. Could have got a little bit more, but let's see what happens. So Warden Tome popped on that town hall. Loon's path away from it. Still got no more spells left to use. This that last haste spell. Let's see what happens here. So everything pathing around to the outside of the base. Just waiting for these loons to path around the base. Still 2 wizard towers left up. But as you can see, there's so many loons up. They just overwhelm the rest of that base and absolutely crush it. Very, very solid coming from LFC. Absolutely dominated that base. Alrighty, we got Zechs going in with the Peekaboo bats. Starting off with the Queen and Warden walk up at the top there, clearing off, creating that bit of a funnel. As you can see, it's a pretty symmetrical base, so it doesn't really matter which way the Queen went. So pretty much just like seeing which way she goes and then adjusting from there, because a symmetrical base you can pretty much hit. So for example, if you were to hit up here, it doesn't matter which way the Queen or Warden goes, just adjust accordingly. So in come a couple of Peckers, and Queen is getting low on health, but shouldn't be an issue. The healers do switch to her, does have the pop ability though, unfortunately. Takes out that single target Inferno Tower. There's that jump spell right into the core of the space. And as you can see, the troops can pretty much reach everything. There comes the Blimp in for the Town Hall as well. And it's looking pretty solid so far. Troops are dealing with the Ice Golem CC, which has just been taken care of. Blimp lands on the Town Hall, takes it down. I think there's a couple of sneaky goblins in there, and it absolutely dominated the Town Hall. Bats coming in from the top side there. Freeze on the first Wizard Tower. The bowlers take out the other Wizard Tower. There's no more splash damage left, but there is a Queen to take care of down the bottom, which a Pecker is down there. Don't know if he's going to take her out. She doesn't. Oof. But as you can see, bats just overwhelm it. There's a few Peckers and bowlers coming in anyway to help assist everything. Bats take out the single target Inferno Tower. That gets a nice little split. And the base is absolutely crushed. A few wizards up there for cleanup. So a bunch of bowlers and Peckers up in there. And the Ice Golem freezes everything. And the Peckers are able to finish off the rest of this base with the wizards. Absolutely crushed it. Alrighty, we got Yoyo coming in with the new Super Witches, 8 bowlers, 2 Ice Golems, starting off with that Warden walk down the bottom there. So let's see what happens here. Trying out the new Super Witches here. Let's check it out. So Warden is doing some work, clearing off some buildings. And I don't know which way they're going to go. Maybe up this way? Let's see. I think they're going to path in through here. We got one jump. Let's see what happens. Alright, this is Ice Golems. So coming in with the Wall Wrecker, going to jump probably around the Town Hall area. Or in the middle of the space near the Eagle Artillery. Let's see what happens. In come the bowlers and those witches. Look at those big giant skeletons up. Coming through the space. There's that Warden Tome. The Siege Machine does get through one more wall. That Wall Wrecker gets through a wall. So going to jump probably over on this Expo up the top here. Queen's got to deal with the pups from the Hound. Shouldn't be an issue though. As you can see, base is looking pretty crushed. Got 5 bats still to use as well. Queen is still locked onto the pups with the witches, but the pups have been taken care of now. So it's just up to progressing further through the space, but base is looking absolutely crushed. And the bats still haven't even been put down yet. So those 2 freezers, which are for the bats, does Queen ability as well. So we're going to be able to pop Queen ability for the Town Hall. And there it goes. Also going to get that Wizard Tower as well. Basically, you can swag the freezers at this point. There's no splash damage that can affect these bats. Besides this one Wizard Tower up here, but there is troops currently tanking it, so it shouldn't be an issue here at this point. Absolutely crushed it. Very solid at coming in from Yoyo. There's one. Uses one of the freezers, and there's the other freeze. Plays it safe and gets the job done. Very solid at using the Super Witches. Executed that base very well. Alrighty, I'll show one of the 13v13s. We got Poem going in with the Yeti Smash, or Yeti Bats I should say. So starting off with that Queen and Warden, the King and Warden. So Ice Golem there tanking for the King. Warden up the top there. Gonna put the healers on the Warden here shortly. Home also got the 6-pack as well. Let's see what happens here. So King clearing off some buildings down the bottom there, creating that nice funnel so the Yetis puff straight in through here. Has a wall wrecker, so let's see what happens. No jumps in this one. There goes that wall wrecker. Gonna have to pop the Warden Tome fairly early here, so that scatter shot does not take out the wall wrecker early. Needs to get through one more wall with it. There goes that Warden Tome. Wall wrecker gets through another wall. Looking very good so far. As you can see, there's not really that much base for the for everything to come through. Champ coming there through up the top there. As you can see, they're running 2 multi-target Inferno Towers. Talon gets popped. There goes that Royal Champ ability. Getting decent value there. Queen's gonna be able to take the Town Hall. A few Yetis do path for it and they get the Tornado Trap, but that shouldn't be an issue either. There's a freeze on that Wizard Tower. And here comes the Bats from the 3 o'clock. Looking very solid so far. There's no more splash damage for them. Absolutely crushed the base. Very solid. They're coming from Pome. Absolutely crushed it. Let's go ahead with 4 times that. Just down to clean up now. Very solid. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed those 7 attacks that I showed from this war. I wish I could show them all, but unfortunately the video would stretch out way too long. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit with a like, subscribe to the channel. I also stream these wars over on twitch.tv/Rawrax, so you can check these live on stream, catch the live action, so don't forget to check that out. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.